record.
Okay, thank you. Record it.
Thank you. And if there are anyone wanting to join the meeting, I will admit them, correct? Okay, good. So I will share my screen and I'm just admitting some new attendees. Okay, good. Share my screen and share this one like that. Okay, good. So education portal. Education portal can be reached from your web browser, and you log in by entering your username and password like this. So this could be done both by teachers and students. And we will come to this web page where we have gathered a collection of our lessons. And lessons is a new tool to organize and present and share your content with your students. But there is also a way to go directly and view all content in Education Portal. So there are two ways to start interacting with the content in Education Portal. Either by using the different pre-made lessons, or by going to the direct content. And the lessons there are some pre-made lessons from Sectra, and you can also create your own lessons. But I thought we should start by just looking at the content. So I will click on View All Content, and we will come to this page where we have all the content gathered. And as you can see, we have more than 3,269 different medical images, and you can filter those by using the filter button here. And what will happen is that you have different areas where you can filter and narrow down your search, so you will be very precise in what you can what you will search for. There are some people in the waiting room, so I will just let them in here. Like that. Okay, good. And from here, depending on what you want to teach or what you want the students to look at, you can search for body region, you can search by system, medical specialty, collections, if you want normal or pathological content, or what kind of content format you're looking for. And I thought we should start with histology. So for instance, we can go to content format and choose slide microscope. If I click here, you will see almost 500 different slides. And this is both normal anatomy and pathological anatomy. I will click on normal to just have the normal histology slides shown. And you can also use the free text search. And I will show you that it works like this. You type your text here, and you will have a selection of slices shown here. Now I want to open this one, then I just click on it. And it will open in the browser like this. So this is something that your students could do on their iPad or smartphone. So actually all histology interaction could be done on any device. And the resolution is amazing here. So you can really zoom in to fantastic levels. And I know universities that have that are using Education Portal and that has stopped using microscopes and instead only use digital histopathology. So you can zoom in, you can right click, and from here you can make measurements. So you click on distance measurements, and you can do like this. And if you as a teacher create measurements, it will be saved. But if a student create a measurement, it will be removed when they log out. So I would strongly recommend you to look through the histology slides in Education Portal. And a really nice way to do that, to show you also how the lessons work, is to actually have a look at the histology lessons. So I would click back and go to the first page where we have top cases histology lesson presented. So if I click here, I will come to this histology lessons where we have gathered histology slides from all the body systems. And this is done together with the Sapienza University of Rome. So the professor there has together with us put together these lessons. So if we should focus on the gastrointestinal system, I will click here to open the lesson. You can have some introductory text here, and then you just click on a slide to have it opened here to the right. So this new tool in Education Portal allows you to have any content from Education Portal put here to the left, and you just click on a slide and it will open embedded here to the right. So for histopathology teaching, this is a fantastic tool to use. And the content that you can focus on here is really amazing. So take some time, log into Education Portal and go through the histology content and make sure that also the students have access to this tool so they can look through the histology pre-made lessons. And what you can do is to open these lessons, click on the three dots here to copy it to your own space, and from there you can modify and customize these lessons to make it functional or customized for your personal teaching. So the lessons are grouped content that is organized for you to start teaching immediately. So if we, for instance, instead would look at the nervous system, we have some introductory text that you can modify and change. And then we have a lot of different nervous structures shown to you in this lesson. Good. So I will click back again and just show you briefly that we have 4 published sections of lessons right now. We have the histology, we have top cases radiology, and you could also click on these ones to have them also shown embedded to the right. This is a little bit more advanced, so this could be for more pathological teaching in radiology, but it's good for you to know that it exists pre-made lessons of various kinds. So you can have a good view of the foot anatomy, for instance, from this X-ray or CT of the foot. And like I said, you will find the lessons in the first page where we have histology, radiology. We have some problem-based learning scenarios. Also, if you want to be a little bit more advanced with your students to interact with the pneumothorax content or so on. And there's also a getting started section. And I would like to recommend this because in the getting started section, we have put together lessons on how to use lessons. So there are videos in how to create your lesson, how to edit or changing your lesson. So this is something, they are short videos. I recommend that you have a look at them to understand how to work with lessons. There's also a collection with lessons regarding how to get started with Education Portal, how to analyze histopathology images, and how to view medical images. So in this collection of lessons here called Getting Started, you will find all that content. So I recommend you to have a look at these lessons to get a nice introduction to both Education Portal and the lessons feature. Now let's get back to the content in Education Portal. So we had a look at histology, and there are actually a few more features that I'd like to show you. So I will open up top cases again of histology, and we could go to the esophagus like this. So when interacting with histopathology images, you can click on the right mouse button to open the menu here. When we work with pathological images, we can use mitotic activity index and Ki-67 cell counting, which are advanced clinical tools. But for anatomy teaching, I think the distance measurement, but also the arrow annotation is really valuable. Because you as a teacher can add annotations to structures and name them with a structure's name for the students to be able to easy visualize those. There is also a feature called view sharing, and that means that you can tell a student to log in to this exact case, and then the student will be able to see your name here and can click on it, and you will be able to share your screen with the student. So they will see the exact thing you do. When you zoom in here, that is exactly what's going to happen on their screen as well. So the view sharing functionality is really nice for teaching, and it's also available in the other way around. So the students can share their screen with you. If you want to test them on something, you can tell them to zoom into this cell structure, and student will do that, and you can see that it's correct following it on your screen. And if you want to delete an annotation, you just click delete here. Good. So these are the basic functionalities of interacting with histology content. Now let's move on. I will click back here and click back again to come to the first page. And here we have the button View All Content. So I will click here again, and let's now focus on teaching anatomy with content in Education Portal. So first I will go to filter section to open that. And from here, we can choose different ways to find the best anatomy content. And first, I would like to show you the Monash anatomy, because this is a collaboration with the Monash University in Australia, where they have done prosections and plastinations of those prosections, but also CT examinations of the prosections that can be visualized in Education Portal. So first we have images of different plastinations, but if we go to content format down here, we can filter on 3D content, 3D bookmark. So I will click here, and now we have the CT examined prosections that are built as 3D models. And they all have labeled content, so you will be able to see structures. So we could start with this one. If I click here, it will open in our interactive workspace for you to be able to visualize the content. So what could be done here? As you can see, this is very detailed, labeled in a very detailed way. The students can rotate it in any position. You can zoom in to be very specific in what you're looking at. And another thing that is really great is that you can actually modify the different labels here. So if you right-click on it, you can, as a teacher, if you want to edit the text or put it in another language, or if you want to change it in any way, you can do that here. So you can delete or add new text. You could also delete the complete annotation if you don't want it there. And there is also a way, if you right-click on a label, to hide all text. So this is really nice for self-directed learning. So the students can open this model. They can zoom in to a structure or an anatomical part that they want to look at, and they can test themselves on the different structures. And when they have an answer to what this arrow is pointing at, they can reveal just this label like this. So this is very frequently used by students to understand or to test themselves in the different structures. What you can also do is to right-click and reveal all text again, if you want all text to show. So this is a really nice way of working with the content created together with the Monash University. And back to the web page again, where we have the content. We could also use we can combine the filtering. So now we have, as you can see, Monash anatomy cases. We have 3D bookmark. We could also search for heart in the free text field. So now we have different cases of the heart. And let's say we want to start by the external structures to have a look at that. Then we can click on this one, Heart External Anatomy. And it will open in the 3D rendered model like this. And what you can do is to rotate it in any direction and have a look at it. You can modify the different labels as we did previously. You can also add your own labels if you like by right-click and click on the arrow like this. And of course, you can also add your own text like this. So this model can be modified in many different ways, and the students can rotate and gather around the Sectra table and discuss the different structures they're looking at. They could also use one of the tools down to the left here. We have 3 different pucks, 3 different circles with tools. And if we click on the scalpel here, the virtual knife, we will add a cut plane to the image. And this can be rotated or moved, adjusted with your fingers on the touch screen, or with a mouse on your, if you use mouse and keyboard. So we can rotate this cut plane if we want to look like, if we want to have a cut view of the heart like this. And you could, of course, also add the cut plane again and move it back and forward. So this is a nice way to understand a cross-sectional view of the heart like this. And you can rotate it. Great, let's go back again to the web page. And we could here also then decide to look into the internal, or the internal anatomy of the heart. Then we again click to open it in our in a 3D rendered model to have a detailed understanding of the internal structures of the heart like this. And with every 3D model, there is a CT or MRI examination that has built this 3D model. So if you right click here, you can add the examinations to the left. So you have those examinations shown to the left to have as a comparison and to guide you in the different structures. And by double tapping, if you're on a touch screen and double tap somewhere on the image, you will see that exact position shown also on the CT examination here in the crosshairs here. Great. Let's go away from the heart, and instead we can have a look at the nervous system. There are a few cases I'd like to show you here as well. So we could search on the body region. We could have a look at abdomen and pelvis, and let's see, back. So here we have some nice cases. I'll just scroll through so you can see a little bit of what we are offering here as far as the anatomy from the Monash University. So there are a lot of different cases that are interesting to view. And I will also show you the full body. And we could have a look at this one. Let's see. Yeah, this one. Because this is a really nice view for looking at, in this case, it's the arteries and the vessels that are shown here. And you can really see the details, for instance, in the nervous system, the brachial plex up here, which sometimes could be difficult for students to visualize and to understand. But looking at it this way, it's very easy to see how it actually looks like. And knowing that this is real anatomy also puts a nice feature to it.
Tanggal 30, Gadde mah diakreditasi der.
Good. I will go back to this web page, and we could also have a look at this image showing the all the different structures with the namings and the labels added to it. Sorry. And this is something that is very often used in education portal, that you use these models, you have all the labels shown, and of course you can also decide to hide all text also here to have it easier for the students to test themselves. Looking at the brachial plexa, for instance, you can then just have one structure added. So it's easy to learn about the different structures shown in the model. Great. So this is one way. Check out the Monash anatomy content. But we also have some great clinical anatomy contents. I will clear all filters. And instead, we could look at the brain, for instance. And we will go to collections where I will look at labeled content. So all content with labels will be shown now. And I will also go to content format and look for 3D bookmarks like this. And body region, let's focus on head and neck like this. So now you can see we have a lot of content focusing on the head and neck that can be used for anatomy teaching. So let's have a look at this one. So this is a 3D rendering that's built on a MRI, from a 7 Tesla scanner. So the structures are really detailed. And right now the labels are hidden, but you can show them by clicking on the structures, or if you want to reveal all text, you just right click and change. And using this feature, it's really nice to add the cross section, because you can, for a clip plane, you can scroll through the structures like this. And also, if you right click and add the MPR, multiple planar reconstructions, to the left like this, you will have a really nice way for the students to correlate between 3D and 2D. So by double tapping on a structure in the brain, you will have that shown here in the brain. So you will, if you double tap somewhere on the 3D model, you will have that position shown here on the multiplanar reconstructions. And the students can rotate, they can add cut planes, zoom in and zoom out, and add labels, remove labels, or inactivate the labels or activate them so they can use it for self-testing. And everything that we can see here can be organized in the lesson feature that I showed you in the beginning. So the students can just click on a structure to have it visualized easily on the table. Great. We also have some variations, which is also nice to use for anatomy teaching. For instance, we could have a look at this one, which is, or let's do like this, sorry, I'll open it here. So we are opening a CT stack with a horseshoe kidney. So talking about the kidneys, this is very interesting for the students to scroll through the CT stack and discuss how the kidneys look like. And then when you're done here, they probably start to wonder what this is. And then you can right click from the CT stack and click 3D. So now it will be 3D rendered, and the students will immediately have the feedback on how this horseshoe kidney look like, what this is. Great. We could also have a look at, I will remove this one and click foot and go to 3D. Okay, great. And choose this one. So you can also 3D render structures and look for, have the students investigate the different parts of a foot. And we can also choose this one to have more focus, this one, to have more focus on the actual structures of the foot. So using real anatomy, you can put labels and understanding the different.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Dr. Henrik, because session 2 will finish and we must join again to the same link at the session 2. So if doctors want to continue to session 3, so can join again at the link at the session 2. And thank you very much for participation. Maybe some doctors cannot join for session 3. So for documentation, can we make a picture first for our activation? Okay. Thank you very much. Some in the cars. Thank you, Dr. Evelyn, Dr. Reza, Dr. Hodiza, Dr. Anita. Okay. Okay, thank you. I already take a pictures. Continue now. We can continue again session 3, and Dr. Henrik will join with us at the session 3.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dok. Ini kita link yang sama ya, link yang sama. Jadi nanti kalau misalnya